My name is Holly Neely. I am from DeQueen, Arkansas. We've got a tiny house just in this culture of more and going and doing. We wanted to really invest in the time that we have together. We live on 10 acres, family land, which is great. And we love to go to the creek. We love to hike. We love to be outside. We acknowledge that the stars are out. We get to see those things. Before, when we lived in the city, we really missed a lot of that. Poor Leland, like my son, he has a house full of girls. And even in his room, he's got a triple bunk and he has like a very small space that is actually his. When he was born with a congenital heart defect. So literally he was born without the left side of his heart. And there was no guarantee about how long we would have him in our life. I decided that my only job really was to love him for the day I had him. And I've really been able to live my life that way, right? We only get what we have right now. And I think so much of what we do, we miss our daily lives. And so he taught me in those moments that each day is such a gift. We all have that moment when things just change. Knowing overnight that I become the sole provider of my family, knowing that my professional background was being a mom for 5 years straight. I didn't have a resume. I didn't have the ability to go grab something. I was just in a really fragile place. How was I going to continue doing my role as a parent and also as a provider? My current situation was so hard. I was living with family at the time, unable to provide for my family in a real way. Grateful for the gifts of people in that time, but I needed a way to show up for myself too. So there had to be a switch in my thoughts, in my actions, and it was in one of those really important phone calls, and I hear the person on the other side, and they say they believe in me, which I hadn't even chose to believe in myself in that moment. I still remember that conversation because it was so pivotal. All I heard was I could do this from my home and I could be flexible with the needs of my kids, my son. Choosing to lock arms with Modere in that way was the ability to answer the question, what was I going to do? You know, I look back and I'm like grateful that even in that really hurt, broken, fragile state, I was able to make one decision to kind of show up for my life. Did I believe I could do it? No, I truly didn't. My idea of what I could do was very limited. I was hoping to just pay for groceries and be able to afford rent. That's all I really needed at the time. And so my ability to see more than that wasn't there. I wasn't able to dream big. Now I'm dreaming like huge, right? I'm able to see our future. I'm able to see Leland's heart defect is not a burden, but as something beautiful that I get to be a part of choosing. His team that will someday replace his heart. Knowing that this business really isn't giving me any more happiness. What it gives me is a choice. It gives me the ability to choose what I spend my time doing, where I spend my time and who it's with. And more than anything, that has been the gift here. So instead of chasing happy or chasing contentment with Modere, I'm able to chase like what I'm already doing, my life, live it. I think so many people think they want this, or this, and really what they want is experience. They want more quality time and they want to really love the life that they live. I look at our product line and I think, wow, we have something really, really different than anyone else. And I love everything that we offer. But the best product, and I say it all the time, is our business and what we are able to do for people. Because those are results that are life altering. They take somebody's life from here to here. And I know that because it happened to me. That friend that like made that call in that moment, you know, those are the people in your life that you recognize as a person in your life that shows up. And I think you totally want to be one. You want to be that for somebody else. If I can just give a spark of hope, that's powerful. And that can create so much more impact than just me alone. The impact, it continues, it grows, and it reaches people you'll never meet. And that's the power of what we do here. One of my very best friends, she said no to me. She said no to me at first, and she'll tell you it's because she didn't believe in herself. I pretty much just told her, this is what we're doing, because I knew she needed it. She was literally buying her groceries $20 at a time. I knew she would look back in 6 months and say thank you. And I don't say that to be vain. I say that because I had experienced it. I've watched my friend go from that critical, afraid, unsure place into a space where she is providing for her family, and she's allowed to choose what that looks like. It's one thing to reach a goal on your own. It's another thing to impact other people's lives as you're doing it. To me, that is my opportunity to show up just like someone did for me. And to me, that's the power of what we have. The power to give somebody the tools and to create a capable person out of a stuck, scared, afraid person. Showing them not to believe in me, but to believe in themselves. And if I have learned anything over the last handful of months, it's the ability to believe in myself and to really, truly understand what I'm capable of, and that I can actually unlock that for other people.